This is an emergency message that comes to you from the EBS. No one knows where they came from. No one knows when they came. But one thing we do know is what they are. This is a dweller. These are all the facts you need to know about this unholy beast. These creatures are unnaturally tall and slender. When mature, they can grow up to 8 feet tall. They don't blink. They don't sleep. They don't even run out of stamina. Biological facts. These beasts have teeth in the back of their throat. They have a permanent hanging mouth that is utterly useless. If you happen to encounter one of these, stay quiet as possible. One advantage you have against these things is that they have terrible vision and they rely on sound to hunt prey. Picking up on that, these things are very smart and develop the ability to mimic the voice of a crying child. These things hide in plain sight day and night. They aren't attracted to light, so you are most likely to find them at night. They act like lost children in lost dark areas. When lured, that's when they strike. They do this because due to their blindness, it's difficult to hunt on their own, so they evolved the ability to mimic. A massive feat they have is how long they can stand in one place for a long period of time. The longest this was recorded for was an entire week. If a dweller happens to get into your house, exit the building immediately. If you're within a 10-foot radius of the beast, get as far away as you can very quietly. Given their lack of eyesight, they rely purely on sound, so back away quietly. The most horrifying fact about the dwellers is how long their lifespan is, growing up to live through a century before they die of old age. These things cannot be killed by any human means. Only exception is if they're a juvenile or an embryo. Things what not to do when encountering the dwellers. If these things are caught in a bottleneck, examples, highways, doorways, or pavements, do not attempt to move the perpetrator out of the way. Dwellers purposely move incredibly slow to make humans underestimate them. When approached, they lunge at the prey at 70 miles per hour. This results in a gruesome scene as the dweller proceeds to devour the victim. Due to their incredibly long lifespan and patience, if you're followed by a dweller and lock your door, it will wait outside the door until you finally give in and open it. Here is a rough sketch of what a dweller's face looks like. Now that we are done with the matures, let's move on to the juveniles. This is a juvenile dweller. The juvenile dwellers aren't that much smaller than the matures. They roughly grow up to 5 to 6 feet tall. The juveniles are far more violent than the matures. When a mature is close to death, it regurgitates an embryo out of its mouth. After this, they usually stand motionless for days next to the embryo before wandering away. They usually take 2-3 years to grow. During that time, they are vulnerable. When they finally hatch, they instantly hunt for food, such as small animals like rats, stray animals, or even a human. Juveniles have bigger skulls. They're translucent, and they're far more violent. They have wider, undeveloped jaws where you can see the teeth in the throat. They haven't developed the ability to mimic a child's voice. Due to their violent tendencies, they are way less patient, so instead of luring the victims, they track them themselves. This is the only known image of a juvenile due to their viciousness. If a juvenile approaches you, try to make as much noise as possible. The juveniles are not as blind as the matures, so they can see what you're doing. If yelling doesn't work, try to cover your face. If there is any long-range object nearby, use it. Dwellers don't make that much sound. When they do, it's mainly little clicks. When it's not, they are mimicking people. We will update you on dwellers another day. For now, stay safe.